Welcome back. It's time to think about how the microbiota develop in us. If we think about it, a fetus develops from a single cell, and that cell did not have a microbiota. And that fetus probably does not have a microbiota. Certainly the colon in a fetus is not digesting anything when a baby is born. So we know there must be some complicated system of development from birth to adulthood. And I'm going to tell you a few things we know about this process. So, again, the fetal environment is sterile. That's what I was saying. The first thing that affects our microbiota is the delivery route. So, is it cesarean or vaginal birth? Vaginally birthed babies are colonized by vaginal bacteria, fecal bacteria, any bacteria from the perineum. That's common, and that seeds them with bacteria that will help them digest their food. Babies born through cesarean are initially colonized by skin bacteria from their mom, and that does not help them digest their food right away. Breastfed babies, also, every time they take breast milk, they take in some bacteria that are growing on their mom's nipples that are used to digesting some of that breast milk. And so babies end up being colonized by bacteria that can digest these complicated carbohydrates in breast milk that most bacteria can't digest. So what that means is that if there is breast milk being fed to that baby, then the bacteria that can break down the carbohydrates in that breast milk have a huge advantage over everything else, and they will dominate the community in the gut of that baby until the baby stops taking breast milk. It doesn't matter if the baby starts eating solid foods. As long as they're getting breast milk, the bacteria that can digest the breast milk dominate their microbiota. So there's that, and that's what this slide says. And then once they switch away from breast milk, then two things, generally speaking, two things affect their microbiota the most. One is the food they eat, because that is the nutrition the microbiota need. So if they eat very strange foods, they will have very strange microbiota. That's a silly way to think about it, but if they eat more like carbohydrate-rich foods versus more protein-rich foods, then there is different stuff reaching the colon to feed the microbiota. So that's one big thing that can drive it, and the other big thing that can drive it is just what microbes are present and where do they come from. And they always will come from housemates and caregivers. So people living in the same house, if they eat the same food, will tend to get very similar microbiota. Here's a slide showing typical species found in various body sites, and the large intestine has by far the largest numbers of microbes. The other places we find microbes would be the mouth, the vagina, and then after that, the skin. And those are the kind of the most common places we think about the microbiota. The colon is number one by far, and then the mouth and the vagina have large populations also, and then the skin has microbes we think about. So here are some more slides that have the curiosity box. It means you can skip them if you want to. And that was development of the human microbiota. In the next video, we will look at effects they have on us, and this can be a little bit more complicated and in-depth. So I'm going to stop this video, and we'll have another one for effects of the microbiota.